Hi everyone, this week we will learn databases in Python. We are going to use SQLite. My name is Dr. Muhammed Gölec from Boğaziçi University Computer Engineering Department. By the end of this chapter, you will be able to explain what a database is, why it is needed, and recognize different database systems and SQL language. Identify common SQL Server types and describe the main characteristics of SQLite. Create tables, insert records, and retrieve data from a database using basic SQL queries. Modify existing records, remove data, and apply update, delete operations safely. Okay, it is a structure where data is stored and managed in an organized manner and accessed quickly when needed. It enables the secure storage of complex data groups within a single file or system. You can see in the main figure here, database, and we are going to use SQLite, which is database management system. And to be able to connect it, we will use API from users side, other database management system and applications. And using by some coding, it's gonna insert some values to our database, it's gonna update it, it's gonna delete it, and it's gonna select some values inside of it and print it, right? You will see all examples a little bit later. And why do we use databases? It provides secure storage to prevent data loss. If you don't save our data, it's gonna disappear and we will lose them. The same data can be accessed by many programs or users. Operations such as searching, filtering, and sorting are much faster. It maintains order and integrity in large data sets. And a database management system is a software system used to create, insert, select, update, delete, and query our data. Again, same diagram. And in Python, we typically work with systems like MySQL, MongoDB, and SQL Server, and maybe more than that one. You can check it. And there are two different types of database management system. The first one is relational database management system, and in other words, we can say relational database and non-relational database or NoSQL database like this, and they present same informations, like index numbers, Anthony, soprano, and occupation, and active or not. Again, same index, same name, surname, same occupation, and activate. The first one represents by using table, other one is more flexible, if you can see. And in the first database, data is kept in tabular row and column form. And as an example, we can say SQLite, MySQL, and PostgreSQL, Oracle database. And in this lecture, we will see SQLite and relational database management system. This one out scope of this lecture, but better to give some information about this. It is flexible structure and no table requirements. It is maybe useful for big data and high scalability. And one of the most known database management system in this part is maybe MongoDB, CacheDB, Redis, DynamoDB, and other one. And why SQLite? Because it is preferred because it provides a fast, lightweight, and portable database without requiring any additional servers, because it comes with Python by default. So it is easy to install and works seamlessly on almost all operating systems. It is our main diagram, if you can see. And to be able to connect database system or create it from zero, from scratch, first of all, we have to import our library, SQLite 3, and then by giving the correct path address of our database, we can connect it. If you never create this database, it will create it. If you create it before, it's gonna connect it, right? And we are using pointer because it is a cursor object that allows sending comments to the database. And also we should learn primary key concept. What is primary key? It is a special column that uniquely identifies each row in a table. Okay, it is our example. You can check. It is the main ID that makes each record in table unique, and the same value can't appear in two rows. It can't be null. It speeds up searches, updates, and deletions. It is usually a numeric field like ID or student ID. Okay, if you check this table, record number and student ID, which are uniquely assigned to each row and can be selected as a primary key. If you can check, values like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, just one time, so it is unique. So you can't see same value two times, like 1, 1, right? It is only just 1 and 2 and 3. It's unique. It is again likewise in student ID. It is unique numbers. And we will start with first comment, which is create. We are using that one to be able to create our tables. And these keywords, by default, we always write it, create table. And this part is your table name. You can give any name. And this part is column names, like record number, like student ID. Here, data types of your columns. We can say column name, maybe integer, maybe string, maybe text. And other properties like primary key, I will explain a little bit later. And here you can find more explanation. Create table, it is command used to create a new table in SQL language. Table name, it is your table name I give here, students as an example. Column names, like in this table, record number, student ID, first name, last name, gender, and class and city. And data type here, data type of your columns, like integers, age, ID, quantity, real, decimal numbers like 3.14, text data, names, email, and this one for image, file, and binary data, and other properties to be able to explain if your column is primary key. Auto increments, it means automatically increments by the value like 1, 2, 3, not null, unique, and default. I will give example just a second. Okay, first of all, we are going to start with this example. Our aim is create our students table, and here I'm using these keywords, create table if not exists, and if not exists, to avoid giving an error if the table already exists. And students is our table name, and that one is our properties. If you remember one page before, can you see? Our properties, and our field column names here, if you can see, and their data type, and their properties. And that one, auto increments, make your record number as a incremental order, like 1, 2, 3, 4 automatically. And not null means your student ID can't be 0. It should be different numbers and it should be unique. So every student have their own different integers as a student ID, right? And first name, last name, it can't be take 0. And I want to your I want to take your attention here. If you can see, this part means it's only allowed values as a male and female. It means we can't appoint to gender except then male and female. You can't write X, you can't write names or whatever. You only can write male or female to your gender, right? And default unknown means if no city is given for your city field, it will appoint it unknown. It is our default value. Okay, here it is it's our full code here. First of all, I'm gonna import my library. I'm gonna connect it. I'm gonna use, again, pointer. After that one, we will use pointer execute function and create table if not exist, then my table name and my field names in the table, record number, student ID, first name, last name, gender, class, and city. Then their data types, integers, texts, you can see. Then I will choose record number field as a primary key and as a auto incremental. And student ID, I say it has to be unique numbers and not null. And first name can't be null, last name can't be null. Gender only can be male and female. To be able to do it, I will use check and in. And class can't be null, and city default, as a default, it is unknown if you don't write Bursa, Istanbul, something like this. And once you finish your coding, you have to write connection commit and connection close. Then we will fill these field names, which we created here, if you can see, by writing some informations. Can you see? Student ID, check one page before, student ID, first name, last name, first name, last name, gender, and class and city, right? I will give 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different informations. And to be able to appoint it, I will use execute many function here and insert comments into my table name and my field names and values and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6, right? Different question mark and comma and the values I created just here. Then connection commit, connection close. Then it's gonna appoint it, it's gonna save it. And if you pay attention, since we use auto increment for record number one page before, we don't write record number in insert here. Can you see? We don't write record number before student ID. And SQLite automatically insert it. And we are gonna see here select comment. Again, import your library, connect your database, and to be able to select all values inside of your table, I will use select. That one means star symbol means select all from your table. Then it will appoint it to rows variable, and I will print it by using for loop. Also, you can see here all combinations, all different examples for selecting. In the first example here, it is only list the girls. To be able to do it, I select all values from my table where gender equal to female. So it will choose only female students, right? In the second example here, if you pay attention, it will select only 7th grade students. It means if students from 7A, the class number 7B, it cannot choose it. Again, I will use select all from my students table where class like 7 and this percentage symbol. It means take all the 7s, 7A, 7B, 7C, and so on. In the third example here, We are gonna choose students who are living in Ankara. Again, select all from my table where city equal to Ankara. Then print it. And for example, alphabetical order by surname. Okay, to be able to do it again, I will select all informations from my students table and order by them by using last name, right? And that one is for ascending order. Just a little bit pay attention, spend your time and try to code it. You will understand much better. We always use some keywords like select and execute and fetch all. You'll understand. In this example, just get the name and city informations, right? So I will write select. This time I don't put star symbol here, if you pay attention. Instead, I just say first name and city from my table. So it's gonna print it. It's gonna print name and city information. And in this example, I select all informations from my table and I just limit it by 3. It means bring the first 3 students. And this example, again, select all informations from my table and only choose students who are from Bursa or Konya. And the last one is select all information from my table and select both girls and first year students. If you can see, select girls, females, and first grade students. Okay, let's go to Anacon and see all examples. Okay, it is first of all, that one is for creating your database. Import your library. Okay, let me check it if I have it. Let's remove all databases. And if I run that one, it's gonna create a database into my desktop. Let's see. As you can see, it appears. And to be able to create my table in the lecture slides, again, if you can see, import my library, connect my database, and create your connection. Then create your table. If not exists, table name, your field names, data types, integer, text, and so on, and I choose that one as a primary key and make it incremental, 1, 2, 3, 4, something. And student ID can be unique and can't be null. Again, first name can't be null, and gender only can be male or female, and city as a default make it unknown. Otherwise, you should write your cities like Trabzon, Istanbul, and so on. Now I created my fields. Now I have to fill these informations. Student ID, first name, last name, student ID, first name, last name, gender, class, city. Gender, class, and city. It is our records. And I will use execute menu to be able to insert this information to my table I created here, right? So I will write insert into my table name, my field names, and 1, 2, 3, 4, and 6 different question mark for these field names, and comma and student data I created here, if you can see, and commit it, right? Now, how we can see the tables and informations I created. To be able to do it, we are going to use select command. Again, I'm importing my libraries, connection, this part already. And here, if you can see, I say execute and select all informations from my table and take it all. Then I will print it. Can you see? Or can we do like this, print Yep, we can also make it like this, but for loop, make it more readable. Okay, and here uh, I just fetch by using fetch all. I take all informations, right? But if I use fetch one function here, let's see, it's just gonna take first line, not all the lines like this. If I put 2 times fetch one, let's see, it will take second one. If I put 3 times, it will take the third line. It means this. And selecting many, okay, to be able to fetch maybe the first 2 lines, it means 1 and 2, these 2 lines. We can use fetch many and 2, as you can see. And here we are gonna choose the students. Yeah, we are gonna choose the female students. To be able to do it, we are gonna apply filtering to select comments, select take all informations from student table, where gender equal to female. As you can see, Elif, Zeynep, and Berfin, only female students. And here, if you remember, we are taking 7th grade students, like 7A, 7B classrooms, as you can see. And here we are gonna choose students from Ankara. If we check the all list here, only one student from Ankara, which is Zeynep. Let me check. Yep, as you can see. And here we are gonna order students by using their last names in ascending order. Çetin, Kara, Şahin, as you can see, it is alphabetical order. And here we are gonna select the first name and their cities. So it's gonna print only students' first name and their cities, like Bursa, Elif, Konya, and so on. And here we are gonna limit the students only the first 3 lines, 1, 2, and 3. And here we are gonna select students from Bursa and Konya. To be able to read, I use in function here. And last example, I choose students, female students, and students from first grade, and female student and female student, right? Okay, now we can continue with updates. Comment here. It is our main skeleton again. We are writing update, your table name, it is students, if you remember, and set column 1 equal to value 1, column 2 equal to value 2, and your condition. Here set columns you want to change. We are putting here, right? And where, which rows to change. If you don't set where, it will update the entire table. So always write that one, right? Don't forget to write where and condition. Otherwise, it's gonna update your whole table. It's so dangerous. Okay, again, same example. And here we are updating a student city, if you can see. Execute, update, table name, set city Istanbul, where student ID 34. Okay, first of all, let's go to Anaconda and see how it works. Okay, if you can see, it is here. Maybe first of all, I should print my last table to be able to do it. If you remember, we were selecting all values from my table. I'm gonna remove this part and print it. To be able to print it much better, we can write rows equal to pointer fetch for row in rows. print. Oh, it will make it more visible. If you remember, it is our list. And here I will update student city. A student, it means one student city, which the student ID 34. It means 34 here. Can you see? That one is student ID, right? So I will try to update Mert Karas city from Bursa to Istanbul. Let's see and check it. If you can see now, Mert city changed to Istanbul. And other example here, changing a student's class. So if you can see, we are choosing students ID number with 17. It means this student, Zeynep. And I will change her class from 1B to second A. Let's do it and see. Zeynep Uzun and yeah, second A. And here we have one more example. Let me see. Here we are updating multiple columns simultaneously. Let's see which columns. Okay, we are changing the student with the ID number 48, his or her city and class. Let's do it. Let's do it. If we go there, okay, student ID 48. It means this student change him, change his city and class. At the moment, his city is Samsun and class is 7th B. We are gonna make it Izmir and 8A, as you can see. And other example, update information for everyone who meets a specific condition. It means update students class to 1x, which class numbers like 1A, 1B, 1C, right? At the moment, only one student meet these requirements because her class is 1C, other students' class not 1. It is 2, 8, 5, 7, right? So only that one will be affected. And we will set her class to 1x, if you can see. Okay. And delete comment, we can continue with. Again, it is main skeleton, keyword delete from our table name. It was students, if you remember, and the condition. Okay, I think you understand now much better because always same rules. Here, what we are doing is we say, okay, delete from my table the students with ID number 48. Here, I say delete students from Ankara, delete all first graders. Okay, let's go and see. First of all, it's my current table here. I'm asking to delete. Okay, let me show again one more time. I show here my last uh, version of my table. It is here. It is current one. And I will remove the student with ID number 48. It means Arda Şahin. Okay. As you can see, at the moment we don't have Arda Şahin because we removed. And now I will try to remove the student who is from Ankara. She is Zeynep. I remove it here. Let me check my table again. As you can see, we don't have Zeynep. And now I say delete all first graders. Okay, first graders means the class number of something like 1A, 1B, 1C. She is Berfin. Okay, now we don't have Berfin anymore, right? Okay, as we understand these examples, we can continue with the last comment. It is alter. That one. Again, main skeleton here. Alter, table name, add birth date and float. Okay. Here we try to add a new column to our table. It is our example. Okay, as you can see, update, execute, update students, it is our table name, set birth date, where student ID 22. It means we try to add a student's birth date, students with student ID 22. If we go to Anaconda, okay, first of all, let me print the last version of my table. At the moment, my table like this, as I removed all attributes in these examples. Only these two attributes or information left. Now I will use alter and I will add, you know, uh, a column called birth date because at the moment I have student's ID, name, surname, gender, class, and city, right? I will add one more column at the end of this row. It is birth date, that one. Okay, and to be able to insert the informations to birth date column, I will use update and this information. Now we can check it. As you can see, I add this birth date to the end of this column here.